Tonight on CTV News at 5.
You have to be careful about how big the shovel is and how much snow you're picking up because it's just too heavy.
As serious as a heart attack, a reminder when it comes to moving heavy snow this time of year.
People didn't know the black history of the province of New Brunswick.
Preserving the past, the New Brunswick Black History Society keeps the conversation going year-round.
Take your time, hurry up, the choice is yours.
And Nirvana Unplugged, a Cape Breton musician plans to recreate the band's iconic MTV performance.
Snow continues to come down in the Maritimes tonight. It sticks around into Thursday morning for a few areas.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Pano-Pallis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, heavy lifting. That's what many Maritimers will do once they start digging out after yet another snowstorm. While that shoveling may clear a path, it could also put you at risk during Heart Health Month. CTV's Vanessa Wright gets to the heart of the matter. Hi there, Vanessa.
Hi there, Maria. As we know, Maritimers have a heavy snow job ahead, but health experts want people to be safe and smart when shoveling to avoid major blows to the body and the heart. On snow days like these, neighbors David and Domenico offer each other a helping hand.
I often give him a hand with his driveway and mine across the street. He gives me a hand with mine.
A simple favor that can go a long way to ease the stress off a shoveling job. It's just one tip health professionals suggest to avoid serious injury to the body and the heart.
As we know, there's a rise in cardiovascular disease in the province, and when we embark on a strenuous activity like this that we don't always do, we run the risk of putting too much of a demand on our heart that can lead to cardiovascular impacts and incidents.
This month, the Heart and Stroke Foundation is educating Canadians about risk factors.
And the reason why we're focused on risk factors is because we know at least 9 in 10 Canadians have at least one key risk factor for heart disease and stroke. But the great news is 80% of heart disease, premature heart disease and stroke can be prevented through modifiable risk factors.
That includes adequate exercise, sleep, diet, and controlling medical conditions like hypertension and high cholesterol.
We know that only 16.7% of Nova Scotians have at least 5 fruit and vegetables a day, which is the recommendation that we would have for a healthy diet. We also know that 29.4% of Nova Scotians are living with hypertension, and so that is a medical risk factor for our conditions as well.
As most Canadians dig out this winter, Dr. Lum says people should wear appropriate gear, stay hydrated, and take occasional breaks.
And of course, not to ignore any symptoms. It's easy to think, oh, a little bit of shortness of breath, that could be normal. Oh, a little bit of chest pain. Oh, maybe that could be normal. Sometimes heart attacks can fool you and present in funny ways.
And most importantly, know your limits. A tip these neighbors aged 66 and 84 put into action.
You have to be careful about how big the shovel is and how much snow you're picking up because it's just too heavy. It's hard on the back, hard on the heart. So, you have to be careful nowadays.
And Dr. Lum says if you do notice shortness of breath or chest pain, to trust your body. It may be telling you something more serious is wrong, and in that case, you should see a doctor. Maria.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good advice tonight. Thank you, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. All right, over to the anchor desk we go now, where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the day's headlines.
Hi there, Maria. Of course, we'll be talking about snow in the newscast, but a New Brunswick university was shut down today, not because of the weather, but due to a, quote, concerning message. There was a heavy police presence at Mount Allison University in Sackville. The incident was being investigated. CTV's Derek Haggett was on campus. We will hear from students. A spike in retail thefts has business owners in several maritime cities demanding more police patrols. That message was reinforced today at Halifax City Hall, where the rise in crime was part of budget deliberations. We'll hear about that coming up at 6. Well, back to the snow, and it's going to mean another street cleanup, especially in much of Nova Scotia, where the accumulation is being seen the most. Halifax's narrow streets are already piled with snow tonight, so we'll get a sense of the cleaning and parking situation around the city and how it's affecting costs for the city, businesses, and the like. Nobody gets a free ride because of this one. Kaylin Mitchell in the Weather Center tracking those snowflakes, and we're expecting what, really to heat up in the Halifax area around, well, showtime for us, 6 o'clock?
Yeah, I mean, so far today across the Maritimes, many areas have been seeing what I would describe as periods of a light to moderate snow, but the accumulation is really varied depending on the surface that snow has come down on. Some of the treated streets, for example, some of the more well-used streets, they've just remained on the wetter side today as temperatures have hovered right around to slightly above the freezing mark. It's allowed for some melt of that snow when it's come down on those surfaces. Some lesser used roads, though, and some other surfaces have been collecting that snow throughout the day. So that type of accumulation has been variable across the region today, but as temperatures come down tonight and more snow moves in off the Atlantic, it is expected to add up even on some of those road surfaces that at this point in time are still just wet. Here's a look at the current temperatures right now across much of the Maritime City between around -3 and -1. Winds are not a big issue with this weather system, but as we move through tonight, instead of the east-southeast direction we've been in for today, they'll become more northerly. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite. So here's the light to moderate snow still in place across large areas of New Brunswick. Very light up into the north of that province. Some light snow as well has drifted across Prince Edward Island, maybe a few flurries into PEI, or a few flurries into Cape Breton. They'll be getting into heavier snow later tonight. Speaking of heavier snow, there's a band right there setting up just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, the darker blues there. Those are some higher snowfall rates. That is going to be coming onshore, working its way in around Halifax County and into much of the east of Nova Scotia as we make our way throughout this evening. And at that time, temperatures are coming down, and that's where we're expecting to get some further accumulation. So snowfall warning still in effect across basically the entire province of Nova Scotia now, eastern parts of Prince Edward Island, and along the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick. I'll talk more about how much additional snow can be expected for these areas when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
It ain't over till it's over. Thank you, Kaylin. We'll see you in just a little bit. Right now, though, CTV wants you to team up with the Halifax Thunderbirds. You and 3 friends could cheer on Halifax's National Lacrosse League team as they face off against the Las Vegas Desert Dogs on March 7th. We are giving away 4 tickets to the game, a night stay at the Halifax Marriott Harbourfront Hotel, and so much more. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now. We'll announce the winner on Friday, February 20th. Good luck, everybody. All right, time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Stay with us, though. Much more to come, including these stories.
I'm Ryan McDonald in Sydney, where a well-known area performer is tapping into some real 90s nostalgia by covering note for note one of the decade's most iconic grunge rock albums. And we'll ask him to, well, entertain us in the story that's coming up.
I'm Avery McRae at the New Brunswick Black History Society in St. John, a place that is very busy over the month of February with Black History Month celebrations and events. We'll take you for a peek inside next, so keep it here on CTV News at 5.
The 2026 Bell AUS Basketball Championships are coming up.
We'll see you on the court February 20th to 22nd here at Scotiabank Center.
Join us for an action-packed weekend filled with games and fun.
For details, visit aushoops.ca.
Welcome back. So throughout February, we've been bringing you stories celebrating Black History Month. Now tonight, CTV's Avery McRae takes us to a place focused on raising awareness this month and all year round.
The Grand Bay Westfield Watson Cemetery is the only known resting place of early Black settlers in the community. The history isn't widely known, but at the New Brunswick Black History Society, stories like this are being preserved.
Every time that somebody new comes in here, they have their story that their great-great-greats remember something that was connected to Black folks.
2026 marks 30 years of Black History Month being recognized in Canada. This Uptown Museum has been here for a little more than half of that time, and it's a month they look forward to.
We share stories like those of Willie O'Ree, like those of Frank Henderson, people that went beyond the initial resistance or the initial challenges that they faced to overcome and then become great.
The Society offers a walk through time with a focus on local Black history. From the arrival of Black loyalists and freedom fighters to the province in the late 1700s, to the historic 2022 apology for the treatment of the No. 2 Construction Battalion.
People don't realize that Black folks were a part of building the province of New Brunswick, the city of St. John, and Canada in general.
It's why during this month when the spotlight shines bright, the Society takes advantage with daily events and school visits. Because here, Black history isn't celebrated 1 month a year.
The population didn't accept us until a much longer time later. And when people come in to see what we've done and what we've accomplished, they're really surprised.
It is a sense of pride, not only to the Black community, but to us all as a people.
Because Black history is Canadian history. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Avery. All right, Kaylin Mitchell joins us now. A lot of people talking about the weather today.
Yeah, snow's been coming down across many parts of the Maritimes throughout the day. Some of the heaviest of the snow still set to move into some areas as we make our way through this evening and tonight. We're looking out here at some of the snow falling in around the St. John area, and I'm going to have more on the forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. Kaylin, our First at 5 tonight focused on the snow and the heavy lifting that comes along with it. Now, you know, you kind of want to be watching your back, but also your heart, because this is a heavier snowfall, hey?
This is not going to be that sort of light powder type snow that's easy to brush out of the way. It may not be as heavy as that first round that sort of kicked off that running series of Monday sort of snowfalls, but it's going to be more towards that than some of the more powdery stuff that we saw in following weather systems. Let's take a look today. This was, of course, before snow was moved in. This is up around Sydney Mines in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and you got the blue sky there. And talked about this yesterday, but Cape Breton is one of the areas that's going to be last into this snow, but they'll also be one of the areas last out of it. They'll probably pick up most of their snow as we make our way through tonight and into tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at our weather systems map. So this is that Alberta Clipper. It is now making its turn past the southwest of Nova Scotia. It will continue to move up towards the northeast, just off the Atlantic coastline of that province, wrapping in some snow off the Atlantic as it does so. We'll see that in radar in a moment. And then after that, it'll be on its way up towards Newfoundland. Here's a look at the radar picture. So we still have a broad area of light to moderate snow falling across much of New Brunswick. So still falling and accumulating there as well, including in and around the Fredericton area down towards the Bay of Fundy coastline. Light to moderate snow still present in the southwest of Nova Scotia. Some light snow up towards PEI and now filling into Cape Breton. But here's a band of some heavier snow that's just starting to back in off the Atlantic now. And this is the band that I was expecting to see some higher snowfall rates out of. So that's just starting to come in. It's going to continue to be in place over top of, or build in and be in place over top of the Halifax area this evening, and then become more widespread across the east of Nova Scotia, and potentially tonight even brush into eastern parts of Prince Edward Island. So that part of the region is still looking at some of the heavier snow still to come. That's showing up here through this area of darker blue on the forecast timeline. As we make our way towards midnight, you can see that build in across the east of Nova Scotia, wrapping up past the north shore of that province and into eastern parts of Prince Edward Island, even up around the coastline of the Northumberland Strait there in Cumberland and Colchester counties. Some of it may even back a little bit towards parts of the Annapolis Valley. Light to moderate snow represented here through the lighter blues. Start of the day for tomorrow, there is still some snow lingering around Prince Edward Island and the east of Nova Scotia, but it is in the process of moving off towards the northeast. In behind it, there will be a chance of flurries for other parts of the Maritimes. And later in the day on Thursday, talking about late Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening and night, some flurries are expected to return in a north wind off the Gulf of St. Lawrence for Prince Edward Island, the north shore of Nova Scotia, and Cape Breton. And moving into Thursday evening and Thursday night, along with those flurries, there may be a risk of some snow squalls. That's sort of a little bit separate from the weather system, but a further round of some snow and the flurries and snow squalls expected for that part of the Maritimes. This is a look at additional snowfall amounts through the remainder of tonight and into the start of the day for tomorrow. So this doesn't include what has already fallen. You can see it's expected to be lighter snow in the southwest of Nova Scotia and much of New Brunswick, maybe 5 to 10 centimeters around parts of the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick. And then there's that band of heavier snow bringing in potential additional amounts of 10 to 20 centimeters, basically central and across eastern areas of Nova Scotia and maybe into the east of Prince Edward Island, Murray Harbor there with that 10 to 20 indicated. For Charlottetown, it'd be another 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. Do expect that Charlottetown could finish with some totals pretty close to that 10 to 15 centimeter mark. Taking a look at winds in the forecast for tonight, they become northerly as we make our way through the night. Some gustier conditions expected around PEI and eastern Nova Scotia. Some of those peak wind gusts up between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. And it's a blustery north and northwest wind across the Maritimes throughout the day on Thursday. Low temperatures tonight around the Maritime region are mostly falling into a range of around -6 to -1. Again, as temperatures fall this evening, that snow may start to add up on surfaces that have so far seen it melt on, like some of the treated and busier roads. And then in the forecast for tomorrow, pretty mild temperatures for February. Most of the highs will be in the range of around -4 to +1. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 3-year-old Tori Budgel, and Tori has sent us a drawing of building a snowman with her mom. Thank you, Tori. And weather watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. So after receiving a terminal diagnosis, a British Columbia man decided to fill his remaining days with hope and creativity. CTV's Adam Sawatsky has his inspiring story.
After spending years refurbishing convertibles, Charlie Bates found himself with a bunch of old paint in his carport.
I might as well splash it on the wall.
So he painted a picture of Bugs Bunny, followed by Santa Claus and his dog, Cookie.
I just love doing it. It makes me feel good, takes my mind off the things that I shouldn't be thinking about.
Take Charlie's mind off that diagnosis.
Well, according to doctors, I'm dead.
After being told he had just months to live, Charlie decided to make the most of the time he has left.
I just want to enjoy life day to day right now.
So he started waking up before dawn to marvel at the stars in the sky.
It's amazing.
Before painting the solar system on his wall.
Everything started to become a story for me where I could add to it and just let it flow.
A story about our place in the universe that explores serious topics like astronomy, biology, and history, while never forgetting to have a whole lot of fun along the way.
I had no idea what the end result was going to be, or that people would even be interested in looking at it.
But it turns out the kids in the community got a kick out of the cartoon characters, while his neighbors, like Laura Beaulieu, were amazed by the scope of it.
I see him out here in the cold, and I'm thinking, he is determined. He is inspirational.
You see, while Charlie was filling his wall, Laura was also battling cancer.
And he was always positive and happy, and it really gave me hope.
Because although life can seem as overwhelming and complex as this mural, if you look at it from Charlie's perspective, if you can be both productive and positive, he says, it's all quite simple.
Well, enjoy every minute that you're alive. It's the best it's ever been.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Coquitlam.
Thank you, Adam. All right, time for a break, but first some music. Juno-nominated PEI-based trio In Echo has been making waves right across Canada and teasing that new music is on the way. Cellist and fiddler Tuli Porcher continues to stand out. Here is a preview of all-nighter polkas as we head to break with our African Heritage Month Music Spotlight. One of the most beloved albums of the 1990s is being brought back to life by a Cape Breton performer. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, Robbie Sims is tuning up to pay tribute to Nirvana Unplugged.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be.
He
He's not Kurt Cobain, but for one night at the Highland Arts Theatre in Sydney, he just might be close enough.
I will be the next best thing. I will certainly do my best to be the next best thing.
Nirvana's MTV Unplugged in New York, which first aired on December 18th, 1993, remains one of the most iconic concert performances of the 1990s. More than 30 years later, Robbie Sims, who was 15 when Unplugged first came out in stores, still remembers the impact it made on him.
Like on its release date, I begged my mother after school that day, hey, I know we don't have a lot of money, but do you think just maybe we could go to Zeller's and get a copy?
My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night?
Now, Sims will perform his own tribute show called Where Did You Sleep Last Night? It'll be note for note and unplugged, of course, here on this stage on April the 18th.
You got people who grew up listening to Nirvana that they've got kids, they've got work, they've got commitments.
The artistic director of the Highland Arts Theatre says it's a nostalgic night out, especially for Gen Xers and elder millennials, and the tickets are nearly sold out.
And so to get to go a little bit of a trip down memory lane, maybe people that didn't get a chance to see Nirvana live, they can see this.
Sims and his band, called Pennyroyal Breed, performed the show here once before, 2 years ago, and knew they wanted to come back for an encore.
We all grew up together, and we all cut our teeth on Nirvana, and we all cut our teeth on Unplugged.
Take your time, hurry up. The choice is yours, don't be late.
And he has one final message for those planning to attend.
Come one, come all, and come as you are. It's going to be a great time.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you very much, Ryan and Robbie. You sound really great. I think you're going to sell out for sure. That is so cool. A little trip down memory lane there.
I mean, just from the little taste we got there, I think he's going to really knock it out of the park.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the reference to Zellers as well. Who hasn't begged their mother to take them to Zellers to buy an album?
Yeah, for me, I think it was what? A&B Sound back in the day. Anyways, we got to talk a little bit about the weather. There is still some more snow to come for parts of the Maritimes for tonight. There's a band of heavy snow still coming in off the Atlantic for areas of Nova Scotia, maybe even touch into eastern parts of Prince Edward Island. So we still have some snowfall warnings in effect. I'll update on those and that additional snow to come, of course, coming up CTV News at 6.
We'll see you and Todd at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. The national news is next.